I think that if you are a woman who is a mum and has daughters, or is looking for a partner, or has a partner and wants the partner to be increasingly good for you, you should be as passionate, if not more, about this problem than we are.
Well, of course.
The very fact that men are being sedated out of being more useful is creating precisely the dearth of eligible male partners that you are probably conscious of.
It's driving women insane. I mean, I've never seen more crazy women in my life. I think of men as crazy and women as kind of stable and steady, and women in my life are. But you see women hitting each other in public, screaming, endorsing violence. Like, I don't even recognize that behavior. And I think it's so depressing to me. And I think that's all a reaction. That's all frustration over this question. Men and women need each other. There are no men. And because they're, wasting their energies doing pointless things, and it's driving women like bonkers. They seem crazy. Don't they seem a little crazy to you?
I have not, perhaps as you, the women in your life, I'm not around very many crazy women.
I'm never around crazy women. All the women in my life are like completely stable, and they help keep the men calm and less crazy. And that's, I think, the way it was designed to work. And it's like the greatest blessing there is. But outside of my life, in our political sphere, like the true extremists are women. And I'm like, wait, what? I wasn't prepared for that at all.
I certainly know that.
Female extremists? Huh?
I certainly know that they're dissatisfied. I think that, that what does it mean for you to be economically independent, but romantically cut adrift at the same time?
Yes.
Like, how does that feel? And in many ways, because female freedom was something that women wanted for so long. And I think it is a strong point to make.
Did they? Where's the evidence that they wanted that for so long?
Because
I don't think there's any.
I think, to push back on that, I think that there is certainly an argument to be made that the lower divorce rate and the high-level stats of look at how many marriages stayed together were that women could not leave. They were financial prisoners inside of these marriages. And if they had a husband that was mistreating them, that was beating them, that was not caring for the children in the way that they should have done, where did the women go? They don't have
now. It's just a boyfriend who's doing that. Right. But I'm asking, where's the evidence? I don't believe it for a second. I was taught that my whole life.
So here's the thing. Tucker, you can hear the sincerity and the compassion in Tucker's voice. I mean, Williamson is talking about what he calls the rise of the female extremists. And it's true. So before anyone clutches their pearls, he's not saying that all women are crazy. He's saying society have created conditions that are driving women to become deeply unhappy and unstable. And some a little bit cray-cray. So, Tucker is absolutely right. He wants the evidence, despite decades of being told that career independence and girl boss culture would bring fulfillment. Record numbers of women today report depression, loneliness, burnout. So the question becomes, what did we lose when we abandoned the traditional roles that used to ground families and give meaning? But let's continue.
Pre-liberation, pre-Betty Friedan and Gloria Steinem, it was The Handmaid's Tale. It was just a hellscape of forced pregnancies and servitude to the patriarchy, and some guy in a wife beater beating his wife was just, but there's no evidence of that at all. Like, we have public opinion polling on this. Have you ever seen any that showed, like, I don't know, even a large percentage of American women pre-1965 are like desperately unhappy?
I've never looked at that.
Yeah, I have. It doesn't exist. That's all bullshit.
Interesting.
All propaganda. They're like a small subset of unhappy women. There's always a small subset of unhappy people, restless people who decided to subvert the oldest institution in humanity, which is marriage. And they did, and it made everybody crazy and much more unhappy.
I certainly don't think the derogation of family structure was great for women. Like it's not, we can obviously say that it's not been great for men, but you can see the beneficiaries of the last 50 years. It's like no group has fallen further faster than men over the last 50 years. No group.
Yeah.
But a lot of the objective gains have been made. But look at how many more women are educated. Look at how many more women are employed. You know, on the surface, that looks and sounds fantastic. And in many ways it is. And that's not something that I'm trying to row back, or I'm guessing that you're trying to row back either. You're trying to say is, can we have our cake and eat it too with regards to this?
What I'm saying is these are really bad values. Like education for its own sake, financial achievement for its own sake. These are bad goals. These are not things that we should want. These are lies. That doesn't make you happy. There's no meaning in that. You get your fucking degrees. Who cares? It's all stupid. What you should be trying to do is serve other people, create new life, serve that life, those children, serve your community, live a life of meaning and dignity and decency. Like the whole thing is indecent. Like your life should be about making money. Says who? Who wrote these rules? They're gross. That's what I'm saying. And so I think the measurements themselves are absurd.
Great point.
Facts. It's so true. Feminism's radical offshoots weren't led by happy wives and mothers. They were led by a handful of bitter activists who convinced the rest of society that marriage and motherhood were chains to be broken. And what do we get in exchange? Divorce rates through the roof, fewer stable homes, declining birth rates, and women medicated just to function through the emptiness. Now, Tucker hit home, and Chris said something very poignantly. Men have suffered significantly over the last, 10, 20, 30 years, and it's really unfortunate. The left keeps pushing the idea that traditional femininity is oppression. But what we're seeing is the fruit of rebellion against natural order, how God created it. Until women are allowed to want what God designed for them, family, love, nurturing, peace, they'll keep spiraling under the pressure to become something they were never meant to be. So what do you think? Is this rise in female extremists a symbol of death of traditional values? Drop your comments below this video. Remember to subscribe to Charisma Daily, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care and bye for now.